Welcome to our virtual classroom. Hi, I'm Teacher Blessy.
Hello, I'm Teacher Angelica. Always remember that learning never stops. So, are you ready to learn? Let's start! Today, we will dive into a new captivating story that will touch our hearts, a masterpiece of Japanese literature. The Story of the Aged Mother, a Japanese folk tale by Matsuo Basho. Long, long ago, there lived at the foot of the mountain a poor farmer and his aged widowed mother. They owned a bit of land which supplied them with food, and they were humble, peaceful, and happy. Shinano was governed by a despotic leader who, though a warrior, had a great and cowardly shrinking from anything suggestive of failing health and strength. This caused him to send out a cruel proclamation. The entire province was given strict orders to immediately put to death all aged people. Those were barbarous days, and the custom of abandoning old people to die was not uncommon. The poor farmer loved his aged mother with tender reverence, and the order filled his heart with sorrow. But no one ever thought a second time about obeying the mandate of the governor. So with many deep, hopeless sighs, the youth prepared for what at that time was considered the kindest mode of death. Just at sundown, when his day's work was ended, he took a quantity of whitened rice, which is principal food for the poor, cooked and dried it, and tying it in a square cloth, swung and bundled around his neck along with a gourd filled with cool, sweet water. Then he lifted his helpless old mother to his back and started on his painful journey up the mountain. The road was long and steep. The narrow road was crossed and recrossed by many paths made by the hunters and woodcutters. In some places, they mingled in a confusing puzzle, but he gave no heed. One path or another, it mattered not. On he went, climbing blindly upward, ever upward towards the high bare summit of what is known as Obatsuyama, the mountain of the abandoning of aged. The eyes of the old mother were not so dim, but that they noted the reckless hastening from one path to another, and her loving heart grew anxious. Her son did not know the mountain's many paths, and his return might be one of danger. So she stretched forth her hand and snapping the twigs from bushes as they passed. She quietly dropped a handful every few steps of the way so that they climbed. The narrow path behind them was dotted at frequent intervals with tiny piles of twigs. At last, the summit was reached. Weary and heartsick, the youth gently released his burden and silently prepared a place of comfort as his last duty to the loved one. Gathering fallen pine needle, he made a soft cushion and tenderly lifting his old mother therein. He wrapped her padded coat more closely about the stooping shoulders and with tearful eyes and an aching heart said farewell. The trembling mother's voice was full of unselfish love as she gave her last injunction. "Let not thine eyes be blinded, my son," she said. "The mountain road is full of dangers. Look carefully and follow the path which holds the piles of twigs. They will guide you to the familiar way further down." The son's surprised eyes looked back over the path,
then at the poor old, shriveled hands, all scratched and soiled by the work of love. His heart smote him, and bowing to the grounds, he cried aloud, "Oh, honorable mother, thy kindness trusts my heart. I will not leave thee. Together we will follow the path of twigs, and together we will die." Once more, he shouldered his burden. How light it seemed now, and hastened down the path through the shadows and the moonlight to the little hut in the valley.
Beneath the kitchen floor was a walled closet for food, which was covered and hidden from view. There the son hid his mother, supplying her with everything needful and continually watching and fearing.
Time passed, and he was beginning to feel safe when again the governor sent forth heralds bearing an unreasonable order, seemingly as a boast of his power. He demanded that his subjects should present him with a rope of ashes. The entire province trembled with dread. The order must be obeyed, yet who in all Shinano could make a rope of ashes? One night, in great distress, the son whispered the news to his hidden mother.
"Wait," she said. I will think. On the second day, she told him what to do. "Make rope twisted straw," she said. "Then stretch it upon a row of flat stones and burn it there on a windless night." He called the people together indeed as she said, and when the blaze had died, behold upon the stones with every twist and fiber showing perfectly, lay a rope of white-head ashes. The governor was pleased with the wit of the youth and praised greatly, but he demanded to know where he had obtained his wisdom. "Alas, alas," cried the farmer, "the truth must be told." And with deep bows he related his story. The governor listened and then meditated in silence.
Finally, he lifted his head. "Shinano needs more than the strength of youth," he said gravely. "Ah, that I should have forgotten the well-known saying, 'With the crown of snow there comes wisdom.' That very hour, the cruel law was abolished, and the custom drifted into as far as past that only legends remain."
Did you enjoy the story? Very good, class! As we conclude our journey through the Aged Mother, I hope you found inspiration in its timeless wisdom. Reflecting on the story, what do you believe is the most significant lesson we can learn from the son's sacrifice for his mother? You can share your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. Your perspective enriches our collective understanding of this inspirational story.